Hi, this is episode 149 of the Feel Swallow podcast, and I'm recording it on June the 14th, 2023, and it's warm. I've just had to switch the ceiling fan thing off, so I might steam up. I think I'm starting to go already here. The other thing is I'm trying a different configuration because when I played back the last episode, I thought I was obscuring my mush too much in my mouth. So this time I'm going to try and remember, I've got a little monitor here, try and remember to show my mouth off a little bit so that if people wanted to sort of lip read a little bit, that kind of thing, then that will be hopefully an option. I think YouTube generates captions and it's a bit hit and miss depending on how clear I am. But anyway, so probably a little bit quicker this week. The show is called Where Is Everyone? Because it seems to have gone really quiet generally in social media and certainly on my YouTube channel. It's gone to sleep. But that's life. I've said before, I don't do topical, up-to-date stuff. I kind of just do stuff and upload it. So that's the first comment. The second one, the part 3, final part on Tokyo. Well, I'm going to skim or skip over Tokyo because that will be the first video that I put out. That said, for the third reason on my little agenda, or the fourth, or the fifth, whatever, I'm all over the place. I've been doing so much work on the presentations that I need to do to real people on a slideshow situation I mentioned in the last week's episode. So the Tokyo edit has been done a very short, or I've done a very small amount of work on it so far. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about putting it together, so the sooner the better, really. So, other things this week. So I haven't talked about Tokyo, have I? Well, Tokyo was just an absolutely fantastic city, modern city. That said, like much of Japan, cash is king. So some of the biggest queues that we saw were at ATMs. That said, the system you use, the Suica or Pasmo card to get around, is basically you load cash onto your card via a machine and then you use it like an Oyster card or any other kind of smart travel card, transportation card. The transport is amazing. It seems to be always busy. There is one very good feature on Apple Maps. I feel like I've mentioned this, maybe I haven't, maybe we've just told so many people, but when you're doing a travel planning on Apple, and it may do it on Google as well, it tells you which coach to get on the train, because they're all kind of numbered on the platforms. You'll see all this in the video. And it tells you, obviously, the platform to get on. So it gives you that detail of information for your then onward passage or onward journey, whether you're going to get off on an exit or whether you're going to go onto another line. So really, really useful. Like a lot of modern, large, bustling city transportation systems, there's probably a lot to get caught out by. But this was a fantastic experience in Tokyo. So we did the Metropolitan Government building where there's a stop below it, and that's where we went to the 45th floor to do look at the view. Then we went to the Meiju Jingu Temple. Then we went to, where else did we go? We went to the Imperial Palace and Gardens. We went to Tokyo Station for a visit. We went to Ueno Park. We went to the Shibuya crossing, not in any great order this, and we went to some other places in between. But it'll just be easier to cover it in the video. I just kind of thought, because I'd made a bit of a commitment so far to talk a bit about the holiday, it seems like a long time ago already. So, met up with an old work buddy in Wimbledon yesterday. That was really good to see him after a number of years, and we had a good old catch up about old times and remembering different things. And I travelled there for free because now I've got my over 60 pass. I can do such things, and it's really cool to be able to do that, I have to say. Quite warm, cool, but warm. Warm on the travel system because obviously it's very hot at the moment, which is another link. Yes, we've got warm weather now. It's been hot-ish for here, but bearable. So the high 20s. Bearable, better in the shade than in the sun. We had one bit of humidity on Sunday, Monday time. and we had some heavy rain, but it wasn't too bad. It kind of went away and then freshened up a bit after that. So I think we're into this pattern until the weekend here in the UK, and then maybe it's going to go, who knows where it'll go after that. But it's good to enjoy it, put the shorts on, sandals and stuff, and just get out and enjoy the weather. So other than that, my time has been spent, as I say, working on these presentations. Croydon water history is the main focus, which links to what I did for the typhoid video. And I have to say that the more I do, the more interesting I find it. There's quite a big story to tell, mainly because the situation pre-provision of running water, sanitation, sewage management and so on was horrendous in Croydon, and no wonder it was rife with disease. This is in the mid-19th century. And in about 175 years, it's gone to something that we just completely take for granted. Clean, safe water coming out the tap, and when you flush the toilet, you kind of don't need to worry about it because it's gone. It's kind of someone else or something else's problem. So I was already thinking today that when I've done that, I might be able to put together a kind of whistle-stop video of those sites because I've done the research. Doing it for a different format, obviously doing it for a slide presentation and for me to talk to people in a hall, but it could be something that might have some appeal. And I've learnt a bit about water history and stuff in the meantime, not from a kind of engineering detail level, because that would probably turn people off a bit. Am I steamed up? Is it just the glasses need cleaning? Anyway. So the only other thing I've been doing, because I have quite a bit of interest in it, and that's the US political scene, notably with Mr. Trump. I'm not going to kind of go too deep into this. I often thought about maybe I should do a kind of view from a Brit, but there's probably news podcasts that cover all that stuff. But it's just complete madness over there at the moment, and I watch it because I fear for what might come over here. If people can get away with things in the States, it might almost legitimise it as being something over here. And I'm typically talking about on the wrong side, the far right side. I'm paying close attention to that, and who knows where my understanding of it may lead. As I say, maybe do something on this format, who knows. So yes, a very, very, very quick catch-up video today, because it's been quiet and the numbers have proved it, and the numbers of this podcast have proved it. But I do appreciate the support anyway. I get these little likes every now and then, and the odd little comments. So really do appreciate that, guys. And I'm getting near to kind of accepting this as a format. I actually Googled the other day, should I wear earphones for the podcast? And it's comforting that everything I'm saying in here is coming straight to here. And I think if I took them off, it doesn't sound any different to you, but to me, it just sounds a bit weird. Just sounds like I'm chatting to someone in the corner of the room. So they're here to stay, unless I went really professional into a studio. And even then, they probably wear an earpiece. I just might as well just put these on. Okay, so that is the end of episode 149 of the Phil Swallow podcast. I always feel like I go blah, 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 blah. But enjoy the weather, look after yourselves, and I'll catch up with you in the next episode.